everybody. It's Felisa. Shout out to the great Will I Am. I'm sorry, I had my light off. It's a little dark in here. But it's my birthday. I play that every year. Drives my daughter completely crazy. She's like, Mommy, nobody likes that song. I like the song. That's all that matters. Anyway, as you probably can tell, it's my birthday. It is my 50th birthday. Well, at least it will be by the time that you see this. And I am so grateful to still be on planet Earth, to be able to be among the land of the living, to be in reasonably good health and sound of mind most days. To have the love of family and, you know, my children, my mom, and it's just, I'm so overwhelmed with gratitude. There's nothing that I can really complain about in my life. You know, there are things that have happened, yes, that have been challenges, and, you know, yes, I've had hurt and I've had pain and I've had trauma and all the whole nine, but it doesn't compare to the joy that I've had. And just I'm so overwhelmed and so full right now. I'm so incredibly blessed, and I'm aware of those blessings. So I wanted to be able to say that. And I want to say thanks to each and every one of you who are going to watch this and hopefully sing It's My Birthday along with me. Shout out to my May babies, my fellow Taurians. Happy birthday. What's up? Anyway, so this vlog is just on gratitude, and, you know, probably be a little hodgepodge of, you know, other things as well. But like I said, I'm so grateful to be able to see 50. I don't know that I ever had any thought that I wouldn't. And honestly hadn't been a focus of mine. Like every year up until this is the only year that I really can say that I didn't really go through that. There's still time. But I usually have, you know, like this time of intense introspection and just being super pensive and, you know, extra, I don't know, aware and all those kinds of things. And while I won't say that I suffer from depression, I certainly, you know, kind of like go, what have I done with my life? Where am I in my life? I'm so old. It's not whatever. And so, like, I go through that almost, or I had gone through that every year. And this is the first year that I feel like, you know, I've accomplished certain goals, that, you know, I've been particularly productive. But even if I hadn't, I feel like I still would have this level of gratitude, because I think that I've gotten to the age where I recognize that accomplishments are great. Making money is wonderful, because I like to shop, child, and I got expensive taste. But I do love a good sale and a good 9-letter word, clearance. Anyway, I think I've gotten to the point in my life where, you know, I recognize that all those things, all, you know, everything that we kind of get on the treadmill of life, to fight for and to have, you know, you want a nice house, you want a nice car, and, you know, you want money in the bank, you want to be able to travel, and all those things enhance life, that they make life a little bit better. But that's not the core value of life. And I'm not saying that I'm just learning this lesson. I'm saying that I'm learning how to turn the pursuit of other things off and turn that, you know, more into a, yeah, okay, well, it's nice, but this part over here is living. The engagement with my babies, who are no longer babies, the engagement with my grandchild, the engagement with my sister friends. And I'm so excited that I'm going to be able to take, you know, a couple of trips with them in the next few weeks, just to be able to reconnect and laugh and decompress and de-stress and, you know, love on each other and support each other and encourage each other. That's the stuff that life is really made of. That's what makes life so much richer and brings so much more value. I'm so grateful to still have my mom here, because I know that there are a lot of people who are waking up now and don't have their mother. And so I'm grateful to still have her here, especially as we look forward to Mother's Day. I'm so appreciative that she's in good health, and, you know, she's of sound mind, and she's still funny, and she's witty, and she's so much a part of this family and so valued. Until, like, I get misty-eyed just even thinking about how in the world I'm going to function without her. There's no question. I do think about my dad as well, who, you know, those of you guys who have been subscribers to this channel or have watched this channel for a while, you know that my dad passed away in 2015, and I was definitely a daddy's girl, and you know, you got to go and look at all the backstory with that. But I didn't grow up with my daddy, and so to reconnect with my father as an adult after, you know, I was like 6 when my parents got divorced, and up until that time, like the sun rose and set on my dad, and you know, to have that time where I didn't interact with him and I didn't have him, it affected me greatly. So to be able to be rejoined with him in adulthood was an absolute blessing. And so, you know, very seldom does a day go by that I don't think about him. I think about my grandparents all the time. Like, they were just the gold standard of marriage and commitment and devotion and dedication and living your faith in an upright and honest way. And so I know that their influence still guides me and corrects me and admonishes me every day of my life. And you know, there are days where I just whisper their name and, you know, just say, I miss you, because what is it, my grandfather passed away in 86, my grandmother in 91. So, you know, it's been decades, and it still sometimes catches me off guard, and just I miss them, and I miss the lessons that they lived for me. Not even that they taught me verbally, but the lessons that they lived for me, the life that they lived. That's something to strive for. Having character and integrity and honor, and conducting yourself in an above reproach kind of way. Doesn't mean that I'm not silly, because I am. Doesn't mean that I'm not mischievous, because I definitely am. Doesn't mean that I don't have a feisty side, because Lord knows, child, I do. Doesn't mean that I don't fight the petty. It just means that every day of my life I strive to be the best human that I possibly can be, to make my ancestors proud, to make those people who fought and sweated and sacrificed in order to give me the opportunity to go to college for not just one but a couple of degrees, and you know, allows me to live where I live and do what I do, and do it well. I'm so honored to be able to do that. And so I feel that I have to be the best representation for those people who've paved the way for me that I possibly can. And, you know, just even being grateful for my emotional self. You know, there was a time when I hated being so emotional. I cry at everything. I'm touched deeply. I'm wounded deeply. You know, especially if I feel like I've been misinterpreted or, you know, mischaracterized. Like, I hate that. I don't like having my name in mess. I don't like drama. I don't like any of that kind of stuff. Like, I hate it. I just hate it. It's not my character. It's not who I am. And so because I feel things so deeply, and because I am intuitive, it just rests like, you know, kind of like like a concrete weight in the pit of my stomach. But I've learned to even love that aspect of myself. That's how God made me. That's who I am. And I can't change that. I don't want to try and change that. I just need to shape it a little bit, because you can't just be snotting and booing every doggone 5 minutes because something touched you or affected you. Although it's not working for me, child. But I've gotten a lot better than I was when I was smaller. But yeah, I'm grateful for that. I'm just grateful for the sum total of the woman that I am. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this vlog, because there's so many of us who are struggling with different aspects of ourselves or different components of ourselves. And it's not to say that we shouldn't strive to shore up weaknesses, that we shouldn't strive to evolve and be better. But when you try and change core components of who you are, who you were born to be, who made you, like you change the vital essence of who you are in order to conform to somebody else's expectations or somebody else's standards, that's when you become inauthentic. And I think that so many of us are living in their in inauthenticity, and we funnel that through trauma and emotion and hurt and pain and disappointment and all that kind of thing, and we become bitter and disenfranchised, and we think that that's a part of our personality. We think that that's just the way that we are. No, that's the way that you learn to be. That's not how you were created. You learn to be that way because it was easier to be that way, because it's a defense mechanism for you, than it is for you to allow yourself to be the way that the Creator made you. who you were divinely inspired to be. And so I just challenge everybody today, get back to the core of who you are. Get back to your original nature. If you've taken on, some persona because you think that that's how you want to be or how you need to be in order to adapt and live in this world, but it's an artificial shell, it's preventing not just people from loving you, it's preventing you from loving other people in a true kind of way. Maybe you don't think so, so I'm just going to ask that you think about it, because sometimes that's a little bitter pill for you to take. But there is a such thing as circumventing your own purpose and circumventing your own destiny. And I just think that sometimes we stray so far off the path until we think this new path that we are walking on, and we're actually being trailblazers, when really we're lost. Just lost, marching around in circles, child, children of the wilderness, 40 years. Anyway. Just wanted to come and say that, and just say that I'm so excited again to have another year. Y'all know in a previous vlog, several vlogs, I've said that I always consider my birthday, anybody's birthday actually, that's actually your new year. Like, not like January 1st, unless you were born January 1st, your new year actually starts whenever your birthday is. And so that is the time for you to really refocus and renew and change and all those kinds of things, adapt, grow, identify your purpose, settle your vision, visualize for manifestations, all those kinds of things, and bring goodness into your life. Wholesome, wonderful, purposeful. Just be. I'm Felisa, and I again want to thank everybody for subscribing to this channel. If you're not a subscriber, please think about hitting the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so that you can be alerted when I upload new videos. I did open a Patreon account. There's some things that I would like to do by way of fundraiser. There are some social programs that I want to put into place and really kind of help women, and this will be the next phase of my life. So please consider donating to this channel to help me broaden contents and broaden this platform. Also my social media, if you'd like to follow my page on Facebook, I also upload there. But however you connect with me, thank you. Y'all be blessed. Bye.